Hi and welcome. In this class, we are moving our bodies into stillness through repetitive movements with a focus on breath. The aim is to calm the mind, reset the nervous system, and to help the body release some of that tension and stiffness you might be holding on to unnecessarily. So I do have some recommended props for today, but they are not necessary. You can do this class without them as well. But I have a set of blocks and a bolster. So if you have anything that can mimic these two props, you can go and get them now and then meet me in a child's pose. So to come into our child's pose, we're going to sit on our heels, bring our toes to touch and the knees wide apart. Before you come into this pose, let's lengthen the spine here. So put the hands on your knees, lift the crown of the head up to the ceiling and maybe feel the spine sway and arch a little bit here. Tilt the sit bones back and then start walking the hands forwards, keeping the spine as long as you can, all the way until you feel that you cannot reach the arms forward anymore. Then drop the head to the floor. And we are just going to start by taking a few really deep breaths here. Feel the belly expanding down to the floor with each inhale and the ribs expanding outwards. And with the exhale, everything just gently falls back into place. And then take 3 long breaths more here. Releasing the shoulders, releasing into the belly, and releasing into the hips. Heavy hips, sinking down onto your heels. One more breath here. And then slowly look up towards your hands. Walk the hands over towards the right. Plant the left hand firmly onto the floor. The right hand on top. And then let's sink down again. Feel how the stretch is now on the left side body. So ground your left sit bone down onto your heel. And reach the left hand away from you. So now you might feel a lengthening happening in between your left armpit and down into your left hip crease. Find your breath in the left side body here. Feel the ribs expanding to the left, creating a bit more space in your side body. And as you exhale, releasing any unnecessary tension held in your hip crease, around your outer hip, or around the left shoulder especially. And then take one last breath. And then looking up, we're going to walk the hands to the other side. Plant the right hand down far away from you, and then the left hand on top just to ground that palm down, and then drop again the forehead to the floor. Sinking now the right sit bone down towards the right heel and breathing into the right side body. Expanding with the inhale, creating more space and releasing tension with the exhale, feeling more soft each time you let the breath out. And take one more deep breath here. And lift the head, look forwards, walk the hands to the middle, and then come up onto hands and knees. Just moving through a couple cat-cows here. Breathe in, arch the spine. gazing upwards. And exhale, curve the spine, look towards the belly button. Inhale, looking up, arching, tilt the sit bones high up to the sky. And exhale, really push the floor away, draw the belly button to the spine. Maybe close the eyes as you do this 3 more times, just noticing the movements, connecting with the breath. And the breath leading the movements. Really just feeling into the body, not worrying too much how it looks like, or if you're doing the right thing. 1 more time, deep breath in to arch. Exhale to curve. And then come to a neutral position here. Place the left hand right underneath your chest. Inhale to reach your right arm up into a twist. Exhale, draw it through underneath that left arm. Put the right shoulder and cheek to the floor. Inhale, bring it back up. Look up at that top hand. And then coming through again, drop the shoulder and cheek down. 2 more times. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close, to stay here. Maybe you want to walk your left fingertips overhead to again find that lengthening in the side body. And take 3 deep breaths here. And then place the left hand back to where it was. Reach the right arm up 1 last time. Breath in. And then swap the left hand with your right hand. Next inhale, the left arm comes up. Exhale, moving through. Inhale to reach the arm. Exhale to bring it through. 2 more times. Breath in. See if you can really synchronize the breath and the movements here. Really focusing on lengthening the inhales and slowing down the exhales. Now we stay here with the left shoulder and cheek on the floor. Maybe walk your right fingertips far away from you overhead. Close the eyes. Have 3 deep breaths here in this gentle side stretch and lower back stretch and twist. So a lot going on here. One more breath. And then place the right hand back. On the next inhale, reach the left arm to the sky. And left hand down, hands on the shoulders, tuck the toes under and lift the hips for a downward facing dog. In here, I just want you to move around however you feel like. You can walk the legs out, shift the hips from side to side, bend and stretch the knees, shift the shoulders, do a little shimmy or shake of the head. And then in the next 3 or so breaths, come into stillness in your down dog. Just find that long back body here, tilting the sit bones up, pushing the hands down. And then take 2 breaths here. Close the eyes. It's easier to turn inwards with the eyes closed. Focus on the breath and then the sensations of the body. And then from here, lift the heels, look between your hands. We're just going to step the right leg forward and drop the left knee to the floor. This is where you might find your blocks come in handy. We're going to just move into our low lunge a little bit here. So just move the hips a bit from side to side. So there's no rules here. And I want you to start switching between your low lunge and your half Hanuman. So start pulling the hips back, stretch that the right knee. Keep moving the hips from side to side. So just exploring the range of motion, exploring the territory here. Bend the knee, come forwards, do some circles, stretch the leg and come back. Maybe do a little figure 8 motion with your hips as you move between the lunge and the half Hanuman. You can turn the front foot in and out, and we're just doing whatever feels nice and inviting in our hips. So there's no rules here. Just move. And the next time you find your low lunge, find some stillness here. Take 2 deep breaths as you drop the left hip down. Maybe you can open up the chest a little bit here. You might find that you feel your hip flexor a little bit more length in the hip flexor here. If you are focusing on keeping your spine straight versus curved over. And then we're just going to pull the hips back for a half Hanuman. Maybe do a little halfway lift, lengthen the crown of the head away from you, and then coming into your forward fold here for a couple breaths. And coming back up, re-bend your front knee. This time the left arm comes up into a side stretch overhead. Sink the left hip down, and we're going to start to open, so into a open rotation towards the left. Reach the left arm behind you, gaze after that hand, and let the arm come full circle all the way around, up and overhead. Exhale to let the arm come back and drop down. Inhale, reach the arm to the front and over. Exhale to the back and down. One more time. Breath in. Breath out. Both hands to the floor. Move the blocks away for the moment if you have them. Pick up your back knee. Come into your fingertip lunge. Breath in. And then just step back for a downward facing dog. Find stillness here right away in your down dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. And then lift the heels, look between your hands. We're now stepping the left leg forwards. Drop your back knee. So if you need your blocks here, place them on either side of your left foot. And then start by just finding a comfortable-ish lunge position for you, dropping the right hip down. And then we can start to move a little bit into our lunge. Move the hips, move the foot. Maybe start to move the hips back into your half Hanuman. Just visit this hamstring stretch and then bend your knee again. So start making some circles around. So it's almost like we are drawing circles of figure of 8s with our hips. Turning the front foot in, turning it out. Exploring the mobility and the movement patterns that our hips can make. And the next time you come forward into your lunge, stay there. Lift the chest slightly, pull the shoulders back and down, and then drop the right hip down so you can feel that opening of the front body here. Take a few breaths into a completely still position. Again, closing the eyes might feel nice to do here. And then we're going to stretch the front leg into a half Hanuman. Find that halfway lift to get that extra length throughout the spine. And then moving forward into your fold to hold for a few breaths. One more breath here. And coming up, rebend your front knee. Right arm comes up and over into your side stretch here, just finding this length in the side body first. And then start to open up into a rotation, reach the right arm behind you, eyes follows. Exhale to bring the arm down and forwards. Inhale, reach it up overhead. Then exhale, full circle around. Inhale to reach. 2 more times. Exhale, see how big you can make the circle with this arm. Inhale. And exhale. Both hands to the floor. Move the blocks to the side again. Fingertips down, fingertip lunge. And stepping back to your downward facing dog, finding stillness in the body. Take 2 breaths. And then drop the knees down. Find your tabletop, and we're just gonna swing the legs around to sit on our butt this time around. Stretch your legs forward. So we're coming into a forward fold, and you can do it normally without any props. If you want, you can place your bolster on top of your legs or your cushion or whatever you have, so that you have some support when you lean forward. Maybe you want something under your knees for the forward fold. So see how you go and what your body needs. Otherwise, move the flesh of the glutes out of the way. Find your sit bones. Lift the chest. Find that long, tall spine again as you start to reach the crown of the head forwards and fold here. Take 3 really slow, deep breaths here. And gently rolling up the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Come to sit. We're going to move back into to laying on our backs. If you have your bolster, I would recommend placing it up against your lower back. The feet are going to come into butterfly, and we're just going to roll down to lay onto our support or onto the floor if you don't have any of the support. Open up the arms wide, palms facing up. Feel that nice opening of the whole front body. We're opening in the shoulders and chest. If you are on a bolster or a cushion, we're opening up into the ribs and the belly. And then with the knees in butterfly, we're opening up in the hips. Just let your body melt down into the floor here, taking up all the space that it needs to. Slowing down the breath even more if you can. The breath doesn't have to be super deep, but just try to make it slow and conscious. And then let's have a few more breaths here. I will recommend you to just stay here for as long as you need. This is a great position for the body to release and move into that relaxed state of being in. So I'm going to finish the class here. And if you need to move on with your day or your evening, you can just roll over to the side and help yourself up with your hands. Otherwise, just enjoy a few more breaths here in this very position. Letting go with some tension you're holding on to with each exhale that leaves the body. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a relaxed rest of your day or evening or a good night's sleep. Namaste.